So we're out here today for first day of sorghum field prep for planting. Daddy's been working it up for the past few weeks, and now he's out here making the rows. So the whole family's participating in the planting of the sorghums. If you walk over to the house, Mama Patty's over here making a bunch of noise on the porch. Got my baby bottle.
Can you even see it?
Over here cleaning the dirt out of the seed. So you can see how much trash is blown out.
It goes all to one side.
So everything that's not pretty red is dirt. Trash.
Chaff.
Chaff trash.
Are you able to see it?
Yeah, that's all I got. These pieces are all
Starting out planting the cane this morning. He almost planted some in my first row, but the first row is for flowers. So he's coming down the same row because we're going to go ahead and double plant it because last year we had a lot of bare spaces and we had to replant, and I'd rather pull plants up than replant. The replants did not do well. The other ones were so far ahead that they just didn't do good.
So this year I'm taking over this project. This is our sorghum patch and we are planting it today. So we cleaned out seeds yesterday evening. Daddy made us up some rows with a corn planter just so we can have a line to follow. And this fall we're going to have our molasses making. So this summer I'm going to try to take over most of the operations of this.
So how much are we growing this year?
So this year we're going to grow enough for 2 vats. So last year we grew about 8 rows and we almost had enough for 2 vats. So we're thinking around 10 rows this year will make us enough to have 2 cookings.
There's little seeds in the hopper. Okay, take off. So it kind of looks like you're walking like a duck, but you have to straddle that lane. Here he comes, bringing in the last row. That's 12 rows. As this audience.
What's he doing?
Our sorghum babies are 1 week old now. We got a lot of thinning to do, but that's okay. Well, it's supposed to look like this row. But we planted it twice because last year we didn't get a stand. So we are having to get on the ground and thin all these out. And you can tell on the here, you can still see the little green plants on the side, but here's what the row's supposed to look like. And I got me a helper out here. Papa, what are you doing?
I'm on my knees.
You're on your knees. That's about how you have to do this, ain't it?
Yeah.
Now, how come you ain't in your garden this morning?
Huh?
How come you ain't in your garden this morning?
It's wet.
You got more rain than we did, didn't you?
I got rain and you didn't get any.
Yeah, I didn't hardly get any, did I?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go out here to the end of the row. That's all we got left. And me and Papa's going to meet in the middle. Since we thinned them, they just got it rained and the weeds just came in them real terrible. Like this over here. And this morning, we got a couple rows done. It takes 2 hours per row. So we're going to finish up. This has just got a little bit more in this row. And Papa and Petey's started on this row. I'm right here. I've done hoed all the way down to her. And we're going to get this third row done. And see, we'll have to turn this way. And the boys are on row 4 and 5 working their way down here. But the sun's going down. So it's not going to be longer. We have to shut this party down for today. So the boy pulled Papa's car out here because he can't walk very far. So from this row, Righteous helped him over to his car. and helped him get in, pulled the car way up close. So all he has to do is go through them 2 trees to get home. He just lives right down the road. I got a good boy right there. Good morning again. This is about the 3rd week with the little sorghum, and you can see it's taken off growing like crazy. And we are in the middle of a very laborious task. You saw how we had to thin it, and now we're having to pull the weeds out from in between the plants so they'll look like this. But over here, we've started on this row. You can see how much laying in the row that comes out from in between the plants. And this row's been started, but here's what it looks like, what we're cleaning out, and it's just where the tractor can't get. The sorghum is outgrowing the weeds somewhat, but we're just about ready to build up the dirt around the stems of the sorghum. But we have to sit here on the ground and pull up these weeds and dig them out from around the plants so they'll look like these over here. And this is the last time we'll have to do that. We always have to do it one time before we build up the soil around them. And then they get so big that they kind of drown out the weeds. So this is the hardest part of growing the sorghum. A lot of people spray for these weeds, and we just don't do that, so it just takes us a long time. We still got 4.5 rows more to go, and each row takes 3 hours. So we've been working on this for a couple weeks now. This morning, we are just about done getting the grass out of the sorghum. We've got 11 rows out of 12 done. And we are right here on this 12th row this morning. And we're going to get it done. We are going to go ahead and plant sunflowers here. That is one way to bring in the beneficial insects. And in the last row and a half, I've got a wildflower mix that's already been planted. And it also will bring in the beneficial insects. But it's starting to look beautiful out there. This week in our field of sorghum, last week we got it all weeded, and you can tell it took us over a week to weed it. This side is greener and taller. It gets shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter to the other end where we just got done a few days ago because the grass was choking it out. It's been cultivated and it is looking absolutely beautiful. I'll get down from here in a minute. I'm up on a mulch pile. I'll get down here in a minute and we'll see how tall some of the tallest is. It's about 3 to 4 weeks old. It's going on 4 weeks.